Hi guys, welcome back to SANTEFIRE Motoring. My name is Bongani. It's a terribly cold day here in Johannesburg, but luckily I've got a car that can take on whatever I throw at it. Next to me is the third generation ISUZU D MAX X-RIDER, affectionately known as Unokwacha. Let me tell you all about it. The D MAX X-RIDER is priced from 640,000 Rand. The car that we have on test is the 4x4 automatic trim, which goes for 740,000 Rand. But how do you spot the difference between an X-RIDER and a non-X-RIDER D MAX? Well, there are a few exterior cosmetic changes to look out for. For one, you get this really cool two-tone front bumper over here, these really nice looking LED headlights, some fog lamps as well. And if you move over to the side, it comes with these 18-inch diamond cut wheels. If you move further back just a little bit, you get the very obvious X-RIDER badging, as well as black mirror covers to set it apart from the rest. Before we head over to the interior, I want to start with the engine real quick. And before we get into that, have a look at this badging over here. It's in red, and I appreciate the fact that they did this solely because they could. Once we get into the interior, you'll notice that there are some touches of red, and I appreciate the pop of color that it gives both the exterior as well as the interior of the car. Under the hood, you get a 1.9-liter turbo diesel 4-cylinder. It produces 110 kilowatts as well as 350 Newton meters of torque. Now, some of you guys may be upset that this is not the fully fledged 3-liter 6-cylinder turbo diesel that we know ISUZU offers, but you'll appreciate the fuel consumption. Over a few hundred kilometers that I've done with this car, I actually managed to get 9.3 liters per 100 kilometers, which is really good. But there are some drawbacks to the smaller engine. The towing capacity is limited to 750 kilograms unbraked and 100 kilograms braked. So if towing is a really big priority for you, I would recommend that you look at a different trim, the one that comes with the 3-liter 6-cylinder engine. But from what I've found, this car is a lifestyle-oriented, more sporty car. So you're going to see it in more urban areas and not too much doing heavy work. So I think this is a very solid engine to put into the X-RIDER. With that said, it is built in South Africa. They have a plant in Gqeberha, hence the Eastern Cape number plate. So I think as time goes by and as the demand grows, they will offer it with a 3-liter engine. Only time will tell. Now, there are a few interior components that set the D MAX X-RIDER apart from the traditional D MAX. The first and most obvious one is this red to black ombre shift that you have across the passenger dashboard. And that's just that little touch of color that I was talking about. You saw it on the ISUZU badging in front. You also see it here. You see it on the driver door handles as well as the passenger door handles. And my favorite spot that you see it on is on the seat here. You get this really cool X badging in red with some red contrast stitching along the seats. Now, with that said, I would expect for 740,000 Rand that my seats would be electronically operated, but not in this case. You need some pump action in order to move up and down and to recline your seat back and forward. But I think that just speaks to sort of the philosophy behind the D MAX X-RIDER. No fuss, no frills, gives you everything you need, and if you take care of it properly, it'll last forever. And I say that because of some of the interior components used. I mean, if you look across the dash over here, you get this plastic composite stuff, and if you just protect this from the sun, it will look like this for as long as you have the car. Now, the D MAX X-RIDER comes with a 5-year 120,000 kilometers service plan straight from ISUZU, and that should give you some peace of mind when it comes to the other components of the vehicle. Moving over to the driver's position over here, you'll notice that the ISUZU badging is in red as well, and there's not too much going on. You have traditional dials and a small LED panel for all your critical driver information. It's a clear display. It's not the crispest I've seen, but it gives you everything you need to. And like I said, no fuss, no frills, or anything like that. And the same goes for the infotainment display. I've got Bluetooth connectivity, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto as well as some physical buttons to help navigate that. Below that, I have my climate control functionality. Again, physical buttons, none of that digital touchscreen stuff. And I think, like I said, if you can properly take care of it, it'll stand the test of time. What I don't appreciate, though, is the charging port. This is Type B USB. Everyone at the current moment is in Type C configuration, and I mean every phone that you buy these days comes with that. So it's going to be a little bit of an inconvenience, but nothing you can't live without. You also get a knob here to switch between your high and low range gearbox settings. Speaking of gearbox, I get a 6-speed automatic transmission. You also get 2 cup holders here, as well as some fairly decent storage space in the center. But I like the fact that over and above these 2 cup holders that I have here, I have 2 on the driver as well as the passenger side, which make it really easy and convenient whenever you're driving long distances. Now, there's not too much going on in the back seat of the D MAX X-RIDER. You do get the really cool contrast stitching that we spoke about, and from where I'm seated with the driver position where I would usually have it if I were driving, I have some fairly decent leg and knee room as well as plenty of headroom, and I think on a long distance trip you will be quite comfortable, although I should add that the BYD Shark 6 that we had on test not too long ago had significantly more space back here and a few more features that made it quite comfortable to sit in. You get one USB type A charging port, some storage space over here for your coins or whatever it is you want to put back here, some red contrast around the door handle with that touch of red that we were speaking about, as well as some ISOFIX points so that you can comfortably put your baby in back here. You also get 8 airbags and a 5-star NCAP rating. So I think you can have the peace of mind knowing that your family is protected and safe. But besides that, there isn't too much else to tell you about the back seat. Comfortable, nice, looks pretty good. Yeah. Now, I actually took the ISUZU D MAX X-RIDER off-road yesterday. And when I say off-road, I'm not necessarily referring to your grand expedition trails or anything like that. It was actually some unpaved roads that stretched for a few kilometers. And that's where I got a better idea of this car's off-roading capabilities. And I mean, if you own a farm or you live near one or there's some unpaved roads near you, it should be able to handle that quite well. But I suspect that you're going to be seeing this car more on urban roads in urban built up environments than you are going to be seeing it off-road. But you know, from what I've driven so far, you can rest assured that you're not going to be getting stuck in, you know, unnecessary small hills or anything like that. Even if you're on sand or dirt or even mud surfaces, this car can actually handle that very well. The interior space, like I said, there's not too much going on, but I'm quite comfortable. You can very easily do hundreds of kilometers in this. I did, and you know, yes, I'm young, but even the older generation is going to appreciate that it's quite a comfortable ride. It is a bakkie at the end of the day, so do keep that in mind. I'm not too happy with the sound system though. There's nothing to write home about. It's not bad or anything, but I do believe that for what, just over 740,000 Rand, you should be able to get a slightly more premium sounding car. With that said, you do get a few cool things on the interior, like some storage space on top of the dashboard over here. And if I pop this down, I'm able to get my shades back. I should remember to take this out before we send the car back. And like I said, the information that's fed to me is pretty straightforward. There's a no fuss, no frills, no nonsense infotainment display here that can handle all your calling needs. You've also got some voice functionality if you don't want to fiddle around with the screen. It's not the brightest, to be honest with you, but I get what they were going with here. This is not the most premium trim. If you go higher up the range, then you start getting more of the technical goodies. In this, it's what you need and nothing more, nothing less. So if you're looking for a bakkie that you don't need to think too much about, that is going to take you from point A to point B comfortably, safely, and you do a little bit of off-road exercises, like, I don't know, maybe, like I said, driving into your farm, or you live in an unpaved environment, this is a car to look into. I think that the ISUZU build quality on the interior is really, really solid. There was no creaking, no squeaking, or anything of the sorts. I don't have anything that's loose that can shake around. And as you can see now, I'm on a bumpier road, and there's nothing sort of moving around or anything like that, which is something I appreciate. The build quality that ISUZU has given us over the years is, you know, synonymous with being really, really great. I mean, these cars were mostly used as workhorses in their lower trims, so I'm not too surprised that they want something rugged, something stable, you know, that's going to basically stand the test of time. And like I said earlier, if you properly take care of this car, it's going to be in your family for generations. We've seen several ISUZU D Maxes, from the workhorse range to the more premium ones, racking up the miles. I think I saw one the other day with 350,000 kilometers. So it's a very capable car. It has the potential to last you a very long time. It does everything it needs to do very solidly. It's a comfortable ride. Like I said, it does ride like a bakkie. You get some nice things like the leather steering, the accents around the interior. And if you're looking for a bakkie that doesn't need too much maintenance, it doesn't stress you out or anything like that, definitely consider the D MAX X-RIDER. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. If you've been in any other ISUZU products, let us know what you think about them. Let us know if we missed anything. We'd love to start a conversation with you guys. And if you haven't subscribed, please do us a favor, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It helps us get into some really, really cool cars like this. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Cheers.